from N2DTS. Well, thank you very much for the report. That's very helpful. And I don't like a lot of excessive low end, but I like it to be in there. You know, I like to have it in there, and this seems to limit it a little bit. I got my bass, boost, and cut available, but well, I guess you know, further developments will be needed. Get some more reports. As a single box, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to plug a microphone into one box and then have it the transmitter or whatever it is you're plugging it into, and then also have the ability to adjust the tonal qualities for the transmitter itself, which this is problematical because the controls are inside, so they're not on the front panel, which, you know, it's great if you're running it into one transmitter, but I have a whole bunch of homebrew stuff here, and this has a pretty good modulation transformer in it, so the low end comes through pretty good. But I have other ones where the low end is a little bit more rolled off, and you would want to add some possibly. And then I have the screen modulated transmitters, which have no transformers in the audio path. And that's like flat down to 10 hertz, and it looks like a sine wave coming out, and you might want to cut the low end a little bit. So having an internal adjustment for the microphone is a little limiting. So we'll have to dwell upon that for a bit. Figure out what we're going to do about that. But as a standalone box, I wonder if I'm hitting a little too hard. As a standalone box, the Max is pretty useful, pretty good. Really good at controlling your modulation levels. It doesn't allow you really to exceed whatever you set at. Pretty good, you know. It's not a look ahead. I think it's more of a clipper and fast compressor circuitry, but it's pretty effective. And I guess I have another K7DYY coming, and I'm going to see how that does. I had a lot of problems with one I had in the past. It always was tripping out, and I don't think I had a good limiter, so this will do the trick for that. Maybe this will just be plugged into that and set up, and that's what we'll use it for. This is for fun experimenting with audio, but thanks very much for the report. And I have to wonder if there's I have to see if there's a white noise source program that I could plug into the microphone input, and then look at it on a spectrum scope for output and see what the notch is doing, because I'm having a hard time hearing what that adjustment's actually doing. It's supposed to be something to cut the mud frequencies, or those unpleasant frequencies that don't do much for you. And I hear them in there now, and now they're well, it's I don't know what this is doing. I'd like to see it on a spectrum analyzer and see what it's actually doing, and where I think, what is it about? What do I have it set for here? The low mids, I got it about 125 hertz is where I cut it on the normal setup, and I don't know where that is on here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that's the problem with internal adjustments. I'm going to want to play with that thing all the time, and it's not going to work well. So maybe I'll have to make some trim pots on the front or something. Some really little things. So back to you there, Bruce. Seems like it's working. So VE3LPR and a very good sounding Ranger. Oh, the Wolf SDR has a very good receiver in it. It's a really fantastic little radio for something that was designed in the former Soviet Union and built in China by who knows who. It's really a really good performer because the Chinese didn't design it. And the fidelity is excellent. It has a lot of really good, synchronous AM detection. It puts out a good amount of power. It's really good on AM transmit. And has a beautiful display on it. The display is built in, so really pleased with that. That's a lot of fun. So that's what I'm using for a receiver, and you sound marvelous in it. No complaints. I wonder what you did to the Ranger to get it to sound like. I think they all sound fairly good, but yours sounds very excellent. VE3LPR from N2DTS.
Just a quick question. I'm hearing occasionally some squealing and feedback. I assume that maybe you're listening with headphones or you have something, the receiver on at the same time. Is that true? Because occasionally there's a high-pitched squeal that pops in there in your audio. Over.
Yeah, it's probably coming from the headphones, because I guess the gain. I guess I have two high-frequency preemphasis on. And it really probably boosts the gain of the high frequencies, and I don't know if that's needed or not. I'll turn that one off, and this is the main one inside the board. So, and then the headphones, I guess, are not a good seal, and I'm fairly close miking the microphone to get rid of the background noise. The A13 rig has some blowers in it that'll be picked up. And this has a dynamic processing, which works okay, but isn't the same as a really good noise gate. So yeah, it's just audio feedback, or maybe RF, because I got the case open. I don't know what's getting into it. I don't see it now. I turn that preemphasis off, and now it's back on. It's probably quite a bit. I turn input gain down too on the Mac, so that's probably it. Just picking up either audio or RF. VE3LPR from N2DTS.
Yeah, okay, well, the signal is faded a little bit there, but I'll turn it. When you turn it off, I noticed a little bit.
This is the main one inside the board, so.
In any case, that second preemphasis that's not stable, whether it's the lid being on or feedback happening there. So, just so you're aware of that. With the second preemphasis off, I mean, it's just a little less on the high end. You can compensate for that in another way. But in any case, it wasn't stable with either the lid off or some feedback.